Greetings, everyone. Another day, another work of art. This is a still life painting. It's a watercolor. It has two sculptures as subject matter in it with an orchid plant. The sculpture is part of my collection of Antonio Salemme's art. The piece on the left is a sculpture in bronze of David, and the piece on the right is a sculpture of a small seated figure. It's a watercolor. It has its antecedents in post-impressionism, inspired by Gauguin, Van Gogh, Cézanne, and most importantly, my master in the art, Antonio Salemme, who died in 1995 at the age of 102, and was a pretty direct connection to post-impressionism expanded into the 20th century. Evolved, I should say, into the 20th century. And he gave me the foundation principles and way of seeing that allowed me to be the painter that I am at this point and to express what I'm expressing. So, and that is what I call the aesthetics of spontaneity, and it has its, again, as a tradition of art, it'd be alla prima. It's very much of a Zen practice, this aesthetics of spontaneity, especially with watercolor medium. The brush and ink of the Japanese Zen, is most people are familiar with, is noted for its spontaneity. And of course the medium, using a Zen brush and a water medium, and ink, if you want to go just back to that primary medium, is a very, by its very nature, spontaneous, has a very big personality, which is then conducive to, the more you express that medium, you actually express yourself in equal measure in the same way. So watercolors is just an extension of black and white. And so I express watercolor with a kind of Zen fine art sensibility. Let's take a closer look. So you can see the immediacy and the directness of the brushstroke. I keep yammering on about that because that is where the expression of the medium comes in. You're expressing the medium as much as you're expressing the subject matter yourself. And it's in that space of direct experience and perception, at the roots of perception, where you actually experience and can see beauty and experience that in your nervous system in the same way you experience music. We just weren't trained to look at paintings with the same openness that we're trained by the culture to listen to music. And so you can see the tonalities, the greens of the plant, this yellow, ochre, background in relationship to the blues of the tabletop and the blues of the shadow. And what's kind of interesting with this composition I like a lot is that yellow to the right and that red ochre to the bottom there, and the way that simplicity of adding that to the composition gives an indication of a wall and a doorway potentially and a floor, but they're all just shapes and spaces in a composition of painting. Let's look a little closer again. Here you can see the immediacy of the brushwork, the harmonization of tonalities, the movement and rhythms of the brush and the color. And I really love that sculpture of David. It's very abstract and it's very expressive. It's very classical and modern at the same time. Sometime I'll do a video just on that piece of sculpture and talk about that and have a look at that with you. But again, you can see that it's visual music. You can see that there's a lot of skill and technique that went into being able to do that so immediately. You see, it's like that immediacy is what expresses the self, the medium, the brush, and color all at the same time. And it's in that space of direct perception, direct experience, that you can experience the beauty of the painting and enjoy it as a work of art. That's enough for today. Thanks for having a look with me, and have a great day.